What's up, guys? It's Sherelle Unique here, and I'm here to do part 4 of the Michael movie review. You know what I liked about this movie? I like seeing movies from the past where we can see what it was like before social media. We could see that Michael really distracted himself with his games, his animals, and his music. And so it was all about the music, the creativity, his imagination of what he wanted things to be like. But he didn't have the distraction of video games, social media, the things that we are distracted with today. Um, all of his energy went into his craft. So I've talked a lot about what I liked about the movie. I want to talk about some things that maybe I did not like or that I wished were different or wished I would have saw. You know. I would have liked to have seen more interaction between Michael and his brothers. We saw them rehearsing, we saw them performing, but we didn't get a lot of just interaction, you know, off the stage interaction. We know that there was friction between Michael and Jermaine. I'm sure there was friction amongst the brothers. I would have liked to have seen more of their engagements and interactions off stage. That would have been cool to know more about that. We saw him engaging with his mother, spending a lot of time with her in the movie. So that interaction with his siblings would have been great. And you know, we later find out that Michael Jackson was actually pretty petty. So I wanted to know what that was like. You know, like seeing him purchasing people's publishing. I don't know if that was after the 80s or what that was like, but Michael had a little don't mess with me side. We also heard he wasn't no punk. We also heard he was quick. We heard he could fight. I want to hear about those things. Speaking of Michael and his brothers, it would be so cool. This is just me and my brain came up with this. If we got to see a movie about the brothers and the brothers' lives under the shadow of Michael, but you never actually see Michael's face. You see his body, you see his silhouette, but there's always something covering his face. But you see the boys, their lives growing up under his shadow, growing up under Joe's thumb, wanting to become the megastar that Michael is, later realizing that this is something otherworldly that most people will not ever achieve. I would love to see a story about the siblings growing up under his shadow, but you never actually see him. His face is always covered up, but his essence, his presence, his aura is always still there. I think that would be super cool. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen his other siblings that were not in the movie. Diana Ross, I would have loved to have seen her. Even Stephanie Mills being one of his first girlfriends, maybe Tatum O'Neal. Some of his love life was, that would have been great to see in the movie. That was not mentioned in the movie. Some of the work he did on The Wiz, listen, my favorite performance of Michael is Dancing Machine. Loved, I would have loved if they did Dancing Machine. Just give me a little bit from that little breaking Dancing Machine. If you have never seen it, please go to YouTube, TikTok, check out him performing Dancing Machine. He is dancing his butt off. They didn't share the ticket sales scandal of the Victory Tour. I would have liked to have seen the scandal of the Victory Tour, the preparation for the Victory Tour. I'm sure that was a lot in itself. More on the creative processes of certain songs that he did. I would love to know the origins of those songs, how they came to be. I also wish the movie was longer. It seemed like it kind of had almost an abrupt ending, like an ending on a cliffhanger. And I went with my friend and he was like, dang, it seemed like that movie was short. Like maybe it should have been longer. And I later heard that initially the movie was 3.5 hours and it ended up being 2 hours and 7 minutes because there was some kind of discrepancy with the lawsuit and the things that, went on in his latter years. And yeah, so they could not show that part of the film. They had to just change it, but it's almost like they cut Act 3 altogether. All right, one more thing that I did not like, and this has nothing really to do with the movie itself, but my experience going to see the movie, I felt like I was in the theater with a bunch of people who were not MJ fans. I only had one other person who was singing along. I try not to drive people nuts with singing all the time because I am a singer, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna post my videos, but to be standing around people, amongst people singing all the time, I really try my best not to do it. But at the movie theaters, like one person who was singing, nobody was bobbing their heads. They had their cell phones out. It was like a bunch of like Gen Zers. It was almost like they did not know the music. And I did not appreciate that. Like, nobody was really vibing. I thought they was gonna like really vibe to the music, dance along. I'm sitting in my seat bobbing, and people was just sitting there. They had their phones out. They was on IG trying to record the movie. Like, it was I enjoyed the night. I had a good time. I enjoyed the movie, but the experience of it was not giving what I thought it was going to give. All right, so as I'm wrapping this up, I was wondering why they even created another Michael Jackson movie. There are several. I love American Dream. A lot of us do. Shout out to Jason Weaver because he killed that as a young kid. I was wondering why they did the movie, but as I was watching, it seemed to me as though they were like trying to change the narrative and maybe shift what his reputation had become. This movie seemed almost like a tribute to Michael Jackson, a celebration of his legacy, some of the doors he's opened, some of the waves he made, the impact he made. Like, they showed how large the audiences were, people passing out. Like, this man would walk on stage and stand there, and grown men was passing out. He would pull a glove out of a suitcase. He's done nothing for a good minute of this performance, and people are losing it. Ambulances have to come out. Like, people dare to say the only person that was more popular than Michael Jackson is Jesus. Now, that ain't true for my household, because in this household, we gonna serve the Lord. But for some people's households, that's probably true. I kind of feel like this movie was to show the younger generation just a glimpse of the impact that Michael Jackson left for his fans. So, if you saw the movie, let me know what you think. Like, comment, follow my page. Do you think there's going to be a part 3? I would like one. I don't think they've done a movie on his latter years. I would like to. There's a whole lot of drama and sadness. I want to know too, do you think that Michael Jackson would have had a better life had his dad not took over his career, moved him out of Gary, Indiana, and pursued the music the way he did? Like, what if he was just like a local celebrity? Do you think his life would have been better then? Let me know what y'all think. All right, this is part 4. I know it's been a long time coming, but thanks for watching my review. Hit the like button, follow my page, comment. My name is Sherelle Unique, and I'm out.